Hey, what is good, Kiss listeners? It's me, Paige B from Kiss 107.1, and thank you so much for joining us for another great conversation. Definitely looking forward to talking to this guy. Very talented singer, songwriter, musician, producer. He's getting ready to come out with a new project called The X Project. His latest single, I Miss You, has been doing really well on urban radio. So this is our opportunity to get to know him a little bit and have some fun too. So I'm going to bring him into the stream. We're chatting with the one and only Josh X. Hey Josh, how are you doing today?
What's going on? What's going on? How you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to chat with us today as we get to know you and get to learn about this amazing project that you're getting ready to come on out with. But first and foremost, how you been holding up with the quarantine and with everything going on lately?
I've been surviving, thank God. Everybody in the family safe, thank God. My mom, she was diagnosed with the coronavirus. She had,
Oh, wow.
yeah, she caught it, but she's a fighter. My mom's from Haiti, and she went back to one of them old school Haitian teas, and
Oh,
she
man.
knocked that COVID-19 right out of her system. But
Man.
little hiccups here and there, but thank God to be alive and happy to be here. How about yourself?
I am doing all right, hanging in there. Thankfully, it hasn't hit this way too bad, considering I'm up north from Detroit. So, but everything's been going good. But let's talk about you, though, as we're getting ready for the release of your new project, the X Project. Definitely looking forward to it. So, let's talk a little bit about your background. Grew up in Queens, New York, which is definitely a melting pot for culture, especially from the musical standpoint. So, tell us a little bit about your upbringing. I understand your mother's from Haiti. So tell us about a little bit of your upbringing on the music point and growing up in that household.
So, growing up in a Haitian household is difficult, because the Haitian parents don't play with their kids. Pretty much it's their way or, you out the house. So my mom, she had a real passion for classical music, and she was in love with it. Like, she wanted me to be a musician that would play songs like this. And I'll be sitting at the piano looking at my mom. Like, yes, mom. And I put my head up, and boom, she'd be like, another one. I'm like, nah, this is crazy. It's more like boot camp. This is what kids do. Kids ain't playing Chopin at 6 years old, man. Like, they playing dodgeball and freeze tag. But she told me that my father wasn't going to be around. He wasn't a dad that was paying child support, and pretty much this instrument was going to be what got me into college and paid for my education. So this is the plan that I have to follow, and if I don't follow it, I gotta, go to Haiti. So me being a smart kid, I, buttoned up, jumped on that piano, and I'm here. So the passion was definitely introduced to my mom from my mom, classical music, and then from there I fell in love because girls wasn't really knowing nothing about classical. You feel me? I would play me a little Chopin or a Mozart piece, and girls would be like, "What? You know what I mean? What's that? You know what I mean?" I'm like, that's that new Chopin, and no one would really get it. So when I got into songs like this, you know this song?
Yeah, anytime, Brian McKnight.
Hey, you want me to sing a little bit for your audience?
Hey, we would love that.
All right, we're gonna go viral. Let's go.
All right, let's
This is the first R&B song that I ever fell in love with.
Really?
And I sang for a girl, and let me tell you, I hit the jackpot. Can't remember why I fell apart. That's something that was so meant to be. Forever is a promise in our hearts. And more I wonder where you are. I need you on this hook. You ready?
Yep.
Do I ever cross your mind? Anytime. There we go. Do you ever wake up reaching out for me? Okay, girl, I know you had those moments for you. Do I ever cross your mind anytime, baby? Oh, I miss you.
You're showing a little bit of a hidden talent there. You you're
So
getting so
you know,
mad at me, Josh X. Gee.
what happened? What happened?
Like say I'm just saying, like I haven't sung like this before. So
Okay,
hey,
so you know, it's first time for
I
everything. We're
can
gonna
carry it
go viral.
to
We
of
on here, we
course.
on here together. So you know, I like when people sing with me. So now you can say Josh X made you sing with him. You feel me?
And
But that song right there, I got a lot of trouble, a lot of trouble, a lot of trouble.
uh-oh.
In and out the classroom, you know how that go. High school,
Yeah.
kind of crazy. But yeah, I went. That was my first real love R&B song that I really enjoyed, and I was like, okay, if I get my mom a college degree and play all this classical music, world music, okay, okay, and I could get into this R&B stuff that I love, and that was the deal that I made with my mom. I gave her a bachelor's in music, and I've been pursuing this R&B thing ever since.
All right, now college educated, graduate of a Five Towns College, and you also studied at Juilliard as well for a summer, and
Mm-hmm.
then understand that you started sneaking into the studio while you were in college, and that's how you met Jada Kiss.
Yeah, I was in school and I was in and out of all these open mics, and I knew, like, to my professors, like, I was just really in school for my mom. So I would tell them, like, yo, look, don't give me a hard time because I really don't want to be a music teacher. I really want to be a performer. So I'm just here to get this degree, move this thing along, and I'm gonna be in studio sessions late night. And the whole 4 years in college, I would do that. I would go to class, after class, go straight to the studio. And I was very fortunate to be running into some artists like Jada and Busta Rhymes, and there was a lot of artists that I was able to chill with while I was in college. Whitney Houston, so many people. So it was a blessing for me to actually being able to have that experience while I was a student.
Absolutely. And of course, when meeting all these people, eventually you caught the attention of someone that we know a little bit well in Saginaw in Detroit, Stevie Wonder. Tell us how that link up happened.
Oh man, Stevie's an icon that I was always dreaming about meeting in my, childhood, because he's a pianist. I'm a pianist. I play, I sing, he sings. So that's kind of like any singer piano player's dream, to run into Stevie. And Stevie was one of the first people to endorse me in my career, because it was a promo tour I was on promoting my song First Time.
Right.
And First Time was the first R&B song that I officially, released. And I was going city to city, city to city, and I was with Brian McKnight on like a Tuesday, and I never thought that would happen because, I told you I quit classical music for Brian. So when I met Brian, we was vibing, and he endorsed me. I flew to LA from Atlanta, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm playing the piano, and I'm just playing, and I hear somebody go, "Hey Josh," and I look up, and it's Stevie Wonder. So I was like, "Oh shoot!" Like, I'm in a movie. No one told me I was gonna be playing for Stevie Wonder. I still had a little Grey Goose. Those days I used to drink a little bit. You know what I mean? Sip a little. You know what I mean? So I was, a little bop from the club 3, 4 in the morning. I'm at the radio station for 7 in the morning. If they told me Stevie Wonder was gonna be there, I'd have cleaned up. So I really sat there and looked up, and he just was like, he sat in front of me, and we went viral for like 4 hours,
Wow.
literally just talking about everything. It is in the camera. We went viral and everything, and showing things that was completely crazy to be a part of. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity that he asked me to be an artist of somebody that's going to change the world. And he said in order for him to endorse me, I would have to make music for that, and I would have to bring those vibes to the world, and help people. And I sang a song called "Mommy, I Love You," and it made him cry. And we just went viral, and he shared that his mom passed away. And I was just like, wow, it was a lot for me, to
Yeah.
be going through that, because, in college, I'll share a little story with you. My harmony teacher, off the rip, told me the freshman year, like, yo, you ain't never gonna be like a Stevie Wonder or nothing like that. So I don't know why you not coming to class, like paying attention. And he kind of tried to get me to lose my focus. And of course, I went and graduated, so we know the story. But then right out of college is when I met Stevie Wonder. So you know what I did? I went right back to that professor that was trying to discourage me, and I played him that nice footage of me and Stevie Wonder, and he was very, very shocked. Like, "Damn, you did, kid." But it was it
Wow.
was it was hard work that made me get there, and it was, for anybody that's ever, coming up, just never let nobody steer you away from what you believe in. So that was a great example of that.
Absolutely, man. Not only are you super talented with the vocals and with the musicianship, but you're also a very talented producer. As a matter of fact, you were the very first producer to actually work with Cardi B as she was on the come up. And we all know what happened with Cardi B after that. So, how do you feel knowing that you are a key factor in her success? How does that feel?
It's something that I already knew. At the time I was, before I met Cardi, actually I was introduced to Cardi by the CEO of the company that I'm signed to, which is KSR. And that was something that in 2015, when I was going through different deals, I had a deal on the table with Cash Money, and I was making that decision if I should sign to them. But then I met Chef, and Cardi was signed to him, and at first it was more of a, let me just work and help, and I was still not deciding where I was going to go.
Right.
But when I met the situation through Shaf's point of view and his vision that he had about and what he felt about her and what she would be, I believed it, and that's when I lended my talent to the situation and made sure that I was giving it my all. I'll be very honest with you. I'm not shocked by anything because if I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't have got involved. I was
Absolutely.
working with Lil Wayne. I was around Birdman, Slim. I was already dealing with at the top of the top. And I actually took a step down to come back and see how that was going to go. But because I believed in it so much, is why I stopped working with those other situations and put my attention into that situation. So to watch it be what it became, it's just like, damn, I told you so. You feel me?
That intuition that took
Yeah,
off.
that gut feeling. You just, you kind of acquire that through the experience of running into different artists. I've been blessed to be around a lot of stars through my life and a lot of people that are iconic. So when I feel something, I know I get that gut feeling. So I had that gut feeling in 2015 and 2017. We had our first hit, and which Bodak Yellow. I was in the studio over there making sure we was good, and wow, we went viral. Everything went viral.
Absolutely. So now it is your turn to get into the spotlight after working with all these celebrities, with Cardi, with Rick Ross, with Jada Kiss, with Stevie Wonder. Now it's time for your project, the X Project. And of course, your single, I Miss You, has been doing really well. The second most added joint on urban radio this week. So congratulations for that. How are you feeling about all the positive feedback that you're getting from this record?
Feeling great about it. I love that song. It was a song I had in the tuck for a while, that I put away. In 2017, I actually wrote that song, and it was produced by Jay White. I don't know if you know who Jay White is, but Jay
Yeah.
White's the same producer that did Bodak Yellow, and we were cutting a lot of records together at the time, maybe about 30 something records, and I Miss You was one of my favorites, and I was just waiting for the perfect time to drop it. And I feel like this is the time during this pandemic where people are missing their loved ones and
Yeah.
appreciating their loved ones and not having, the maybe the ability to go on a plane and travel because of the fears of catching the virus. And, I feel like it was the perfect time for me to drop a song like this. Where, I would bring back that love, that good old advice that, Stevie told me to be. I felt like I Miss You speaks that volume to, falling in love, making the mistakes, but understanding what you got is important and cherish it. So I feel really good about it, and I'm happy they're loving it. I'm happy
Yes.
y'all loving it out there for real.
Yeah, definitely one of our favorites. And of course, the X Project coming out sometime this fall. What can we expect as far as sonically? Like, what kind of, influences are we going to get from this album?
You're gonna get a little bit of everything. I feel like Josh X put out music, quality music for some time now. I think people know that I'm a real musician, a real artist. All on Me with Rick Ross was all live instrumentation. I don't think that happened in a long time, where a song
Yeah,
was on radio where everything was live. So I feel like I've put quality music out through the years, and I feel like on this project, the X project, I wanted to kind of tap into different type of genres and different sounds and show my versatility. So you could really expect a lot of versatile music, and you won't expect like, oh, Josh did a drill song or a trap R&B song or
yeah,
maybe a pop R&B song. I love all types of music. Like I shared with you in the beginning of this interview, classical music was actually my first genre. So
right.
I know all types of music from country to pop to hip hop to R&B. So on this project, I kind of took everything that I love, every sound that I love that's relevant and old, and I kind of blended it to get this sound and this project. So I'm looking forward to putting it out. I'm gonna release a day soon. I've been really, making sure that it's the perfect time and the perfect season because this is my baby. This is the first time I'm putting out a body of work with this many songs on it. So I'm
Yeah.
just like real careful with how I put it out. But this fall for sure, and I'm really excited for everybody to give it a shot and learn about a new side of Josh because you're not gonna expect some songs that you hear on this from me.
Absolutely. All about that perfect timing. Whenever it comes out, it will definitely be the perfect time. And we're
Hmm.
definitely looking forward to it, Josh. And one final question before I let you go.
Hmm.
When all of this is said and done, if you're looking back on your career, like 20 years from now, 10 years from now, even 5 years from now, what is the
Hmm.
overall message that you want to put out about yourself through your music?
That Josh X represents hope. Life wasn't easy for me growing up, but I had a foundation with a strong mom that believed in God and put hard work into me since I've been, a child. And I want anybody when they look back at my body of work that Josh X didn't take no shortcuts. He put the work in, educated himself, and that you can do the same. You don't have to take any shortcuts. You don't have to play. You can be someone to go to college and still have a career and learn and learn and learn and learn. Because I feel like the music business makes it quick for people to leave the education system out and say, oh, as long as I get famous and get lit, I could go. But it's so important to have education. It helps you with your contracts, helps you with your business, helps you know everything that you need to know to have a real successful career. So for me, when they look back on my body of work, I want them to know that I just, did it by the book and I created it. I played by my own rules and didn't compromise my soul, which is really important to me.
Absolutely. Well, the one and only Josh X, thank you so much for chiming
Thank
in
you.
with us. We greatly appreciate it. Got some music out of you and got some music out of me. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Well, I
You
appreciate
sound great. You should start singing some more. You
oh,
sound
stop
great.
it. Don't gas me up, please.
Nah, I ain't gassing you, boy. I ain't gassing you.
All right. Well, one more thing, Josh. Where can we follow you on social media and on the internet and all of that?
The internet, you can find me everything Josh X, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and my website is Josh Exantus, spelled XANTUS.com. JoshExantus.com. But follow the boy, chat with me. It's really me. I like to talk to my supporters. So don't think you're talking to somebody that works for me. It's really me. We need to follow each other on the game. You know what
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean?
I'm about to follow you right now.
All right,
Just
let's go
we're about to
viral.
go ahead and we're gonna handle that once we get off the air here. But yes, Josh X, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for chatting with us. Be on the lookout for his album, The X Project, coming this fall. You will not regret it. All right. It's Paige B with Josh X. It's Kiss 107.1. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.